Hey, Colas, where you been? All right, y'all, give me the thumbs up. It's into the room. Where you been at, Colas? I ain't seen you in days or weeks. Well, I can say weeks, but every time I come on. So, where you been up to? Who's the other two people lurking in the background? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you just find out she got breast cancer, or first chemo starts Tuesday? Oh, I can understand that. I'm sorry. I was like, where's that Colas at? I ain't seen him in a while. I said, I know you don't come on. I said, something happened. So, all right, I'm sorry to hear that. I pray for you. It will go well. But they did all the tests. Well, if they caught it early, then that would be great. If you could catch it, um, if you could catch it, then it should be well. But I pray for you. Everything goes well. Hmm. All right, four people. Who's the other three people? I think she caught it a little later. Well, even if you catch it and it didn't progress, it would be fine. Oh, okay. Well, keep me updated because, like I said, if they could treat it with chemo, it's gonna be rough at the beginning, but if they catch it, um, they'll be able to eradicate it. So, how's it been? Well, it's fine. Well, if you caught my other video, I know you're gonna play the replay because sometimes it'll be so long. But basically, I'm on medical leave with Amazon. Started yesterday, and I have my doctor's appointments this week, so I'll be going to the podiatrist on Monday, my regular doctor Wednesday, and follow up with my forward. I finally went to forward. They did my blood work and everything, and basically said, like it is, diabetes with being high, and then um, they're gonna put me on a different medications and stuff because the things are not working with the neuropia in my feet. And I was like, and then the other thing they gave me, so it's not working out. So they may have to put me on metformin for 1,000 milligrams twice a day. Yeah, I understand. That's why you have to make sure you take care of yourself, take care of your health. You know, I had called and spoke to my uncle. I called my uncle, and he's like, well, "How's everything going?" And then I said I wasn't feeling quite well, and then rather than saying take care of yourself, people want to go to the um listen to me. Nah, nah, nah. I was like, I'm not here to listen to all that. I've been cursing people out all week on here. Everybody wants, I understand people could be concerned and stuff, but at some point, when people are going through things, whatever it may be, people do not need what people should be doing, you know. So I know you're giving your mother good support. But one thing you don't do is people wanting to, telling people what to do. Even though people know you're supposed to eat healthy, you're supposed to change your diet and things like that. But people just want to get so um, critical to the point where it could be annoying. You know, you need to make sure you need to go to the doctor. You need to do this. People always say you need to, and then when you're saying that you having problems, well, I don't know what kind of insurance, but you got, you got PPO, HMO, and this and that. You have HMO, PMO, AWZ. You call down the list of doctors down the list. Maybe you need to go outside. Maybe people always tell me what you need to do. If you know, no kind of support, no kind of you know, people always want to tell you what to do, like you haven't done all those things. It's already frustrating. It's already frustrating just to get somebody, just to make an appointment. You need to go, and then you can't. You need to be going to the emergency room. You go to, urgent care, walk in. Then you go to the urgent care. It's supposed to be walk in. No, we're not taking anything. Um, you got to make an appointment. We're not taking no appointment. It's COVID. Every time it's COVID. You go to the emergency room. You know, um, you sitting there. It's a 6 hour wait from the previous person who was there. You just walked in. They're not gonna just take you just walking in. Unless you dying and you got a heart attack and you physically dying, that's the only way they gonna see you and bring you through. And even in some cases, they may not even have anybody available. You be on the stretcher and they be so overwhelmed, even if you was in a medical distress. People act like they just gonna suddenly drop everything. Oh, this person under distress. So it's 10 other people that's been under distress. But yet they everlasting standing right next to you. You got an insurance. You got it and shoving a paper in your hand that you sign off. That's the only thing they care about. And then you tell, some people, family members too, you need to be doing this. They always want to tell you what to do. But do they call you? Do they call you on the phone? Yeah, I'm just calling to see how you doing. Do they come and visit? No. You know, stressing me out. And then when you curse them out and hang up, something that I have done it to people here this past week, Colas. I'm gonna tell you. I don't know what happened, but it's certain people on here. That's your responsibility. You supposed to do. I took their wrench away, and they have not came back yet. They all up in their feelings because they didn't like because I didn't value someone's opinion about something. Exactly. They want you to do all the work. You the one taking your mom to. I mean, yes, you as children, you help your parents and do this and stuff. But people so quick. You need to do this. You need to take her to this. But do they offer you any help? No. Do they offer you any help by saying, you know what, I know you're going through things. Can I cook a meal for you so you can have something to eat? You know, can they help you? Do you need any help with paying a bill? I mean, people just people are so damn put so much stress on people. Did you do this? Are you doing that? Yeah, you should do this. But they ain't offer nothing. They ain't offer no help. Even if you're not close by, you know, I know my friend Max, I spoke to my friend Maxine, her husband's son, he killed himself with suicide. And she goes back to Georgia because they identified the body. And people like, oh, we could come and hang out. She said, I'm not fucking here to Georgia to do that. They had to identify the body. The son killed himself because he was supposed to get married to the fiance. I guess he didn't want to marry and got all under stress that he got to the point he couldn't deal with it and he killed himself. And then they asking, "Oh, how you doing?" or something. How the hell you think she says? How the hell you think I'm doing? People just don't realize the things they say. Exactly. People need help. You gotta ask. You know, if I knew somebody wasn't doing well or something, I would have been like, what's your address? Let me send you something or something. Even if you couldn't be there physically with somebody to help. Sometimes um people don't say how you doing. What do you think they're doing? Sometimes you just need to say, you know what? Let me give you something, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, or something to the effect. Uber Eats meal, something. Order somebody something to eat. You probably ain't eat nothing, slept. Clean up the house. My mother always said, if there's something that needs to be done, and you see it needs to be done, just do it. When she came to visit me for Thanksgiving, if people see it need to be done, they just do it. You know, they just do it. They don't be criticizing and just got something negative to say. You don't, because people may, you may go to people's house and say it may be out of place or disarrayed, and they going through something and they doing things. People ain't got time. They just come there and says, "Oh, you mean what? Let me just. I'm gonna help them out." You ain't gotta. Some people gotta use common sense. It's common sense. I know if I went to any of my cousins' house, I say cousins because I know my aunts and stuff, they'd be real OCD cleaning. But I know if I went to one of my cousins' house and they went through something and they was going through distress, I would be like, you know what, cuz, here you go. Give them a little something and help out. My aunt came and was like, and I was like, I'm fat and my mom is sick, and I'm like, what the fuck? My mom got cancer and they don't think. Hmm? I was fat. Oh, your aunt said that you were fat. I don't know. People, I don't know. It's just too stressful. It's just too stressful. People don't know how to hell. They don't even know how to when to listen, when to not be quiet and stop interjecting about stuff. Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? Well, you should do this and you should do that. And then it's your responsibility. Just critical. And then when you curse them out or say something, Pete, that's why people don't want to come on here and talk to you because they don't know what to say. No, don't be critical. Don't stop criticizing. Sometimes when people got something to say or something they're going through, it's best sometimes you be there to listen. People don't need all these opinions and all this. Well, you need to do this. You need to. Don't you think people have done that? Shoot. I know somebody on here. They was a subscriber. I don't think they found my channel yet because I changed it or whatever. And this time of year, they get real depressed because the son has suicide and stuff. And I was like, you don't know. I can't tell them. You can't tell people how to grieve. And some people get into this state of depression. They can't move on. And I said, well, I don't, you be saying, I'm sorry for your loss. And it takes some time to get over it. But what I don't know if I don't know if I'm wrong when how I said it, but I didn't say, you need to get over it. I said, well, you know, I try to tell them in a way where honor the person's honor that person some sort of way. It's going to be hurtful, and but you tell people how to move on, not when you think they should move on from grief, but try to suggest in a way to honor someone. When someone passed away, I tell people, I'm sorry for your loss. They're going to grieve, and time will pass, and however long you need it. But in the meantime, try to keep yourself and honoring them. Honor people. Because, the way I look at it like this, in some instances, some people they lost loved ones in a worse kind of way. Worse kind of way. You know, killed, murdered. Um, and it could be hard to accept. But see, some cases or some things in another, you will grieve. People will grieve. And when they grieve, you will be sad, especially around this time of the year, the holiday season. And then I would say, let me pour me something to drink. Uh-oh, the hell. I would say to them, sometimes you got to go in counseling, grief counseling. They'll help you get over things, not get over it, but how to manage it. And then, what the devil? I'm trying to take this thing. So then, but I say don't stay into it. Don't stay in that state of mind too long. Remember, honor that person in some way, because we all gonna have to leave this earth one day. We all will. That's one thing I tell people. We're not here to stay. We're not here to stay. We all got an expiration date. And it's gonna be sad. I'm not trying to make you sad, because see, your mother is still here. She's still in the land of the living. People need to stop acting like, oh my God, like they're not dead yet. But while they're here, be with them, honor them, whatever you're going through. Make peace. And then when the person, they'll tell you. And at some point or another, they'll tell you when that time comes. They will be at peace. And especially if it's a sick illness, it's like you try to spend the time with them and things, and then, you don't want that person to suffer. You don't want that person to go through that suffering. You don't want people to go through that suffering. But when instances, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do when I don't know what to do when it's a situation like someone got into a car accident, or they got killed or something, something that suddenly happens. I just don't know how to deal with situations like that. That could be a little bit hard, because it wasn't something that you may see coming or expected to happen. But still, the same way is you will grieve, and it may take some time. And then it gets to the point you just have to go through the stage, but then you have to keep on. You have to keep on, and then you have to get to a point where you just go, you have memories. Like, let me tell you my story. When my youngest sister passed away, it was three of us. Well, my half sister Kassan, she don't really, I ain't gonna say she don't count, but I'll explain that later on in the story. So it was three of us. I was the oldest, my other sister is in the middle, and then the youngest. We were each about a year apart. She was 6, 7, and 8. And my youngest sister, even when I think about it back then, years ago when I was younger, it's like I could, you could tell she was sick when you look at the picture. She had dark under her eyes. I remember looking at some pictures with me, my sisters, and my father. And I now when I look back at those pictures, I say, you know what? I could tell that she was sick, but I didn't know it. I didn't know it. No one knew. So, and it was in the winter time when she passed, and I remember just like yesterday. Me, my sister, we were in the waiting room in the Bronx, Montefiore Hospital. My mother parents took my sister to the hospital, and then I remember her leaving. My mother was leaving with my sister's clothes, her coat, her clothes, crying, and that's when they said she passed away. And I remember my aunt Shirley. They came to the hospital. They had to call my grandparents in South Carolina that she passed away, and it was a shock. I'm trying not to cry because even though it's been over 40 some years, it really took a effect on my parents, right? So we went to South Carolina. It took weeks to transpose her body from New York to South Carolina because I remember in that particular winter, it was in the 70s. Let me see. I think it's like the 70s, 75, 76, 70, something like that. And it was so bad when it snowed. It was they could even, I mean, the snow was like boom. And when she finally when we finally got to South Carolina, and I remember, at that point it was weeks. And I remember, she had it was after Christmas because I remember we had got Christmas gifts and stuff like that. And my sister had this big Barbie doll that she got for Christmas, and it was in the coffin. And it was like her whole skin and stuff was like dark. And I always I knew it affected my parents, particularly my father. And it was hard. It was really, really hard. It was hard, really, really hard on all of my family members when she passed. And I remember, I mean, I cried. It was really affected me. And for some reason, one particular day, I don't know if it was a year or a couple years later, I was in the, I was looking in the closet, and it came across my sister's coat. And, I remember sitting there, standing there, and I remember this light came through the window. And you know how it looks like somebody's there with you? For some reason, I felt the presence of my sister being there. And it was kind of like a comfort. And you know how you say, when you know when it's time that you move on? And one moment at that time, by myself, standing there with my sister's coat that was in the closet. And it wasn't like in a regular closet, it was just hidden in the closet. Not hidden, but just put away somewhere. My mother never got rid of it, never got rid of it. And it was from that moment for me. I don't know about my sister or my father or my mother, how they handled it, but in each of our experiences, it was comfort to move on. And knowing that they were at a better place. Now, years later, years later, even years later, I don't know when I know what it was. Right before my mother moved out of New York, sold the house in the Bronx. It was in my room, and I was looking at it was a file cabinet of some sort, and I opened it up, and it was my youngest sister's book bag, like a little knapsack for school. And I came across it. This was recent. This was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I looked at it. I came out and said, my mother still kept her book bag. Kept the note, whatever was in there, and I opened it up. And whatever was in there at the time, she had to have been in kindergarten or first grade. And I think it was like a note, like a hello. It was like a hello kind of moment, like because it would have been. Let me see. At that point, she would have been 40. No, it was like 40 something years later. So it was kind of like a reminder. And I didn't cry or to get it. I didn't get sad, but it was somewhat like a moment of moving on because at that point my father had already passed away. And one of the things that was done with the eulogy with my father was he was able to be in heaven with my sister. They made reference to my sister in the on the eulogy, and it was like a little poem thing that they were finally together and meet. Because I think my father really loved. I know he loved all three of us, but I think he had a little bit more connection with my youngest sister because my aunt told me, yeah, I remember Erica used to always say, she was they always used to say she was mean and stuff or she was real spicy, but I never really remember hearing her talk. I can't even remember what she sounds like. I can't remember how she used to talk, but I do but they said she was always let my father always let my younger sister get away with stuff. He would always like hee laughing and stuff. He was always kind of connected with my youngest sister because I was raised by my grandparents when I was born till I was about 6 years old. But my youngest sister, he was always there. She was always there. So I know it affected my father very strongly because I didn't know I had a half sister who's my Cassandra, the one I know now. She had a brother, and that was my father's. He had two other children, and his name was Jamie, which is short for James. I never met him, never knew of him, but my other sister Cassandra told me about him. He passed away in a fire in New York, and that happened about a year or 2 years after, or it happened the same time when my younger sister passed. So my father always kept that. He died in a fire, and it was very close in age. And my father never said nothing about it or whatever, or they always try to keep it, or kept that away. And I think that moment of my sister, youngest sister, and then he would have been my brother. I don't like to say half brother, half sister, but he would have been my brother. But I never knew him, never met him, and he passed away at a youngest age too in the Bronx. And I think that by that happening with my youngest sister, then my youngest brother, and you know, that really affected my father. I really believe that really hurt my father to the point where he started drinking. That's how my father passed, cirrhosis of the liver. I'm not saying it was guilt or whatever, but that can really have an effect on people. People grieve in different ways. People do things, deal with things in a certain sort of way. Now I know this was not supposed to be my topic. I wasn't even supposed to be talking about this, but sometimes when people come on here, whether you watch my channel or other people's channels, sometimes what things people say or people respond about things, um, people think, don't take stuff so personal. Don't be writing, I was defending so and so because they said such and such, and then you don't let people talk. The people who I talk to on the phone and they got to know me, you cannot find out about a person just because you get on their YouTube channel and you could just suddenly make a judgment of everything just because some people they didn't let me talk. You didn't agree. People afraid to come on here. I'm the most open person that you would ever meet because one, I'm not invested. Like I told someone today, that's my new term. I'm not invested, you know, about people, things, or what they may think about certain topics because when it's all said and done, these physical things that I have, this house, the money in my bank account, the whatever, I can't take that with me. Thank you, Romeo. You know, I can't take that with me. I don't have no heirs. All this stuff or whatever. If I leave this earth tomorrow, ain't nothing gonna be kept. People could turn around and put all this up in probate, but all this stuff about um people don't like the way they people don't like the way what you say to them because you say something. I said no, that's not right. That's incorrect. No, I don't agree, and I make my reason why I don't agree. If you someone say something and then you say that's why they afraid not to say nothing, you know. But one thing for sure, whatever it could be, whatever topic there is, whatever thing is, it don't mean a thing. Yeah, thank you. Because see, some people, some people I've watched throughout the years, they have all these followers, and they be sounding like they nice. They may sound like they cute, all soft spoken, and like, well, I want to start a nonprofit organization to help people. My rent money fell out the mailbox, and they just wanting money, collecting, dry begging. They may sound soft spoken, but they be a bunch of liars. That's not me. Just because people sound a little bit soft spoken and oh, they so nice. Oh, they so this. In the meantime, they just milking people out of things. Con artists, con artists. Shoe. I don't have no, ain't no fight in the game about nothing. It don't make a difference. It don't make no damn difference about what one opinion is about Uber Eats and Grubhub and all these gig work. That's just my opinion and that's my view. But just because I don't like it or I say no, that's wrong, then you think and then you debating on. I mean, debate about what? When I look at my bank account and look at my state, I ain't they ain't paying me no more money. Um, ain't nobody get no more money over somebody disagreeing on some silly topics about something. And all the things about, I don't like the way you talk to me. Life is too short, especially around this time of year. Especially this time of year. Next week will be December. This year, 2021, will be gone. Some of us are not even going to see 2022. I may not see 2022. I don't know. I don't know what my number is. God is written somewhere in the book, whatever you want to think about when one life is gone. But we all got an expiration date. We all got a time stamp. Some people is going to die some form or way or fashion, but it's already been predetermined how it's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know however it happens, sometimes you may be delayed in some form of fashion where you may leave the house 10 minutes late, or you may get stuck in traffic for some way or another, and then you finally go through the clearance, and then you seen somebody's car flipped over, caught on fire, or something catastrophic happened. God may be sparing you from that. God may say, you know what, I'm going to make you late, and you may be late for a reason. God may be delaying something that might have happened. So I don't be going crazy, or I try not to go crazy when I'm driving and people be, road rage and stuff. I may get a little bit like, what the hell? Or they be doing something dumb in front of you, you know, you in the left lane making a right turn, and then you like, what the hell? But in regards to being late and all that stuff, I just look at it like, I'm just taking my time. The grimy reaper doesn't care who you are and don't care what your income and other things. When your grimy reaper knocks at your door, your time is up. Well, whether you believe in the reaper, or whether you believe in some other form of angel coming to get you or whatever, or whatever your belief system is, we all going to move to another life, whatever however you believe. I don't know what the reaper is. I know what the reaper is. I know what it is, but I don't I don't look at it like the reaper or whatever. I just it's different ways. People different there's different religious beliefs about death. I'm not speaking about death. All I'm speaking is that we all have a expiration date, and the ones who may be ill, sometimes you just need, you don't know. Colis, your mother may live another 10 years. There's people who have breast cancer and all kind of cancer. They live to be 7, 10 years. With the right healthcare and technology, people live longer, especially breast cancer. I mean, there's no cure for it, but it will be okay. You will be fine. What I'm saying is people around you. People around you be, you should do this, you should do that, you should do that. No, don't be that person. Don't be that person when somebody, it don't even have to be death. If somebody's suffering through something, through illness and stuff, don't go on people's channel criticizing. It's your responsibility. Don't do that. I read the chat the other from last week when I thought I closed the chat, but I still saw y'all was still interacting And I thank you, Lillian, for making it clear that um, that diabetes is no joke, and how you mentioned how you know I could see why I was upset, and made the record clear in the chat to some people who were still there, because a couple of y'all really went out of pocket, and that's why I had to really go off, because I'm sitting here suffering, and I'm not asking for pity. I'm not asking anyone to pity me. I'm just here to say how I was feeling and things that's been going on, especially at Amazon, you know. And I don't need no one to tell me um, it's your responsibility and you should check your own sugar levels and all that kind of stuff. I thank you, Lillian and Shelly Shell, because some people, you just don't say stuff and thinking that's supposed to make it feel. I don't need no one to tell me what you need to do. You need to healthy. You need to eat healthy. You need to. You need to. You need to. I don't need criticizing, especially if you don't even show your face. You don't even show your face. You never. Not one time have anybody came on here on the live stream. Not y'all, but I'm saying certain y'all came on here and been on there to talk live, or someone called me or seen how I'm doing. But some of y'all, and I'm not, y'all ain't had nothing. Ain't nobody send me no email message. Ain't no, but you send me an email about something. I was defending so and so, and I don't appreciate this and this and that or whatever. But you profess that you like me, but yet have you ever called me on the phone? Have you ever sent me a message and just saying, "Oh, I hope you feel better. I hope I could send you $5 on a cash app or whatever or something." It's the little things that people do that makes people feel better. But when you come on here, it's worse that you have to deal things with strangers. I'm a people person. Get out of the office. You ain't doing this. You need to go to the ambulance. You need to go to this. You need to go to that. But then he's talking about you care for people, but you criticize and telling them you should have gone to the ambulance. You should have gone to the emergency room. You should have did this. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That is no way. That is no way. That is no way in form or fashion helping anybody. I rather that you just unsubscribe to my channel and don't reach back to me no more than to make myself angry and make myself upset further. Now I still have here it is 45 minutes and I still haven't even talked about what I wrote in my title. But I'm gonna move on from that because I think I've said what I had to say. Now, in these last 15 minutes, because I'm not gonna stay on here about an hour. So Christmas is 28 days away. And the plans that I have going for myself for Christmas, I do plan on going to South Carolina for Christmas, God willing. And, you know, I still got my December 31st deadline to declutter my house. I mean, get rid of all these old stuff. So I'm still getting rid of the old. So when God willing for 2022 come around, I can get rid of all the old stuff around my house so I could start 2022 anew. And I was going to do I'm going to start next year. Let's see how many of y'all want to do it. I was going to do a money challenge in regards to the apps that I have. And we're going to see what we're going to do next year. I would say start it now, but I'm going to start brand new with next year. So let's all do this. So look for a video and see if anybody wants to do it. And um, let me see what we could do. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start the money challenge, which is each of us is going to save. mm, each of us is going to do, let me think. You know what? You know how you do the dollar challenge? That's what we're going to do. So from day one, we're going to save $1. Then day two, we save $2. Then day three, we save three, and so forth. And how we're going to do that is we're going to do it. We're going to do this on the apps. Now I have two apps that I've been doing. This is app called Coin Out, like coin, COINOUGT out. Let me see if I show y'all. Now I know I haven't talked about this, but what this app does is that you could scan your receipts, any kind of receipt, gas receipt, fast food eats, grocery receipts, and it doesn't pay you. You know, it only gives you like 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents. And I've been doing this with these receipts for quite some time. Now, so far I got $31.92. You could get other apps, other payouts in other ways, but you know, you link your email account and your Amazon account, and every time you buy something, it gives you so many cents. And I've been doing this. Um, I was doing this for a minute, not that long, but I just did it because one, it was a way to, it's like a penny, like a jar. And you know how you put loose change in the jar? Every time you find loose change, you just put them in a jar and you let it accumulate. So I have like right now, I got me some coins and stuff and um, wrapped up, and it was probably a good $60 of change in all these stores. I'm like, we need loose change, so I just saved it up just because. But we're going to do something similar to that. I haven't yet figured out how I'm going to do the challenge, but I think with some of these apps, it lets you gain points. Like I have this one app. Where is the thing at? Sorry. Field Agent is one, and Fetch Rewards. Fetch Rewards, you get gift cards, but you could add up the points and you could just get different gift cards. I got that one, and then I got this other one called Shopify. You just go in. So, I mean, it's different ways. So, I've been trying to save and scan receipts and stuff at the end of the year. And sometimes I get $60, $70, 100, and it just accumulates. It's these three apps, but I have to show y'all when I do the screen sharing how it works. But I'm just saying, we're gonna do a money challenge about how to save more money. I'm not gonna talk about investments, but it's just how to save. And there's so many different ways you could save. It don't even have to be physical money that you save. It could be just through different apps. And you just stash a little bit aside, 10, 15, 25 cents here, 50 cents there, a dollar there. And I have been doing that for at least a few months. So far, I got like $70, and I just don't do anything. It's just the normal stuff I do. But I'll figure it out what we're gonna do for a project for this year because all this gloom and doom that I've been reading and looking at on Amazon, not Amazon, looking at on the news about the price of gold, the price of silver, the stock market's going down, blah blah blah, this and that, whatever, and inflation, gas. Finally, I saw it today when I went to the Quick Trip. Well, past the Quick Trip because I had to get my Toyota towed back home because the brakes looked like it was about to go out. And I was like, no, no. I said, I feel that these brakes are about to go out. So I had called a tow truck to tow me back home because I went to get something to eat. And I was like, God dang it. So I'm going to start driving my Nissan. But I haven't really been going anywhere. But I saw that gas was $3.02. It was $3.15 the other day. So it's gone down a little bit. But it has to be a way. It has to be a way. Because my budget has been out of whack. And it's the same bills that I've been paying, but I've been paying a little bit more on my necessity bills, gas bill, electric bill. I was like, God dang. And luckily for me, the money that I'm paying extra in other categories, I'm paying less in other categories. I'm not going to the gas station as much to buy gas because I don't drive anywhere other than Amazon up the street. And I don't really go too many places. So you have to kind of save money on one category when other categories are going up. But next year, 2022, we're gonna have to make a plan for ourselves about budgeting and get away, cat, get off my leg. Charlie, come here. Come here. You know my feet hurting and you ugh. I know you love me, you want to play, but come here. Come here. Come here. Get over here. Stop it. Come here. You know what? I love you. This cat, boy, I swear, I sent spoil this cat like a baby. Come here, you baby. Look, come here. This cat, boy, I could be laying down in the bed sleeping, and then she will come right at my feet and just lay there and just be cuddled up on my foot, protecting me. I was gonna buy you a bed, buy your own bed, but you can't. You won't even sleep in your own room. Got your own room, a whole room by herself or himself. I didn't buy no cat bed, but that got like a pillow. Do she sleep on it? No. No, you don't sleep on it. You want to sleep right under my foot, at the foot of the bed, and then somehow or another make her way in the middle of the bed. And next you know, you try to take up the whole space. I was like, how the hell? Okay, go. Bye. Spoiled. Cat won't sleep on the cat won't sleep on the pillow. The cat won't be in his own room. Got his own room, big old room by itself. And then somehow or another, I'll be laying in bed. Somehow or another, next thing you know, Here she is, right there in that same spot, just laying there. And I'd be like looking, I was like, wait a minute. Because she's black, so you can't see her because it's dark and black in the room. And then at the bottom of my foot. Stop it. Get off my dress. Go to sleep. Go in there in the corner. Go on. Go. Get. Go rest your mind. Go ahead. Lay down in the corner. See, this cat will sleep when I go to sleep. I go to sleep, the cat going to sleep. I wake up, she wake up. There might be one time, she'll be next to me. I'll be sitting here in this chair in my office at the computer, and then she'll be either under the desk. Sometimes she'll lay there or whatever. But after she stops running around, she literally be running around. Stop it. She'll tire herself out. She'll go to bed. She'll go to sleep when I ready to get up and say, okay, I'm going to bed now, y'all. She'll be right there. I wonder if I should buy her a cat bed, because I was going to buy one at Big Lots. It was $5. But I wonder if she'll start to lay in it if I put it out there. Will she lay in it? Or maybe I should. Ow! Stop it! Tell you to stop. I'm not playing. I wonder if I put the cat bed next to my bed, maybe she'll get the point and start laying on it. But she got a pillow, which looks like a cat bed, I don't know. Who knows? For some reason, she just loves to be on the foot of the bed, though. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Oh, it's 59 minutes I've been on here. So that's my plan for Christmas. I want to go to South Carolina for Christmas. I didn't go for Thanksgiving. But I'm not going on Christmas Day. So I'm going to try to leave. Let me see. I still got that classes and stuff to take at Generation. I'm about to be done with that Generation class. I'm supposed to be practicing coding this whole week. I didn't even hardly do that. I may do a little bit of something and work on the group project. Only reason why I'm not going to abandon the program is because, we got January 22nd, the middle of it, and the team project or whatever. It's not like you get a degree or anything. So as long as I'm able to finish it and just whatever, finish that and that's it. Update my resume more and more. I have to be realistic. It may take a minute before I find something within the web development, but I'm still going to stick with my plan. While I'm on leave with Amazon, after the peak season is over, if I find something else or whatever, I'll see what I could do with that. But one good thing is I could always apply for something else. But I'm gonna decide on that. I'm gonna go on medical leave. If they tell me I could be out for a month, I'll be out for a month. My insurance will cover, and I'll get paid 60% of my pay, and I'll still be working. I still have a job. hopefully I could get something within which I could do more clerical type of work. I don't have to be that laborious type of thing. But Amazon overhire people this year. I don't say this year, but this coming few months, they overextended and hired a whole bunch of people. And then they talk about they ain't got no stations and they ain't got no space. So they didn't even offer PTO, VTO rather. They don't offer VTO during peak season. So you have to use your personal time. And I did not know that unpaid time off leave, you have to use it before the end of the year or you lose it, as well as the personal time off. I'm like, what? You mean to say that I've been accumulating all these hours and it doesn't roll over for next year? The only thing that rolls over is your vacation time. Everything else, you have to use it before you lose it. I was like, that don't make no sense. And I was like, I'm glad somebody mentioned it because I would have had 20 hours plus of unpaid time off that wouldn't have rolled over. And the personal time wouldn't have rolled over too. I would have lost all that time. So I used it to cover my time from yesterday. And then yesterday rather, is going to be covered under my insurance of 60%. But the doctor at Forward told me I can't work there, at least not overnight, not that long, not 12 hours a day standing on your feet overnight until my sugar levels and my things are under control. So I'll be going back to the doctor this week and they're going to tell me they're going to have to put me under a new prescription and new medications. And then the feet's going to be examined for something else because this ain't no plantar fasciitis or heel spurs, or I don't know. It could be heel spurs, but if it's heel spurs, in some cases they could operate on. I don't know. I can't guess. I'm not going to guess because it could be something I don't even know about. See, now the cat's under the foot. Now the cat's right on the desk. She's staying there. Or he. She'll doze off in a minute. But anyway, y'all, call us. I'll pray for you that everything goes well with your mom. But it will go well. Just text me or email me if you need anything. You know. Romeo, thanks again. Shelly Show, I know you probably watching because some of y'all not even responding, so I don't know what y'all doing. Who else could be on here listening? Sally, you probably doing Uber or Lyft. So I thank y'all for appreciate y'all listening. And don't overspend your money on Christmas. I said this yesterday. Not to be no Grinch or nothing, but I didn't see nothing impressive at the stores. Even on Amazon website, I didn't see nothing that was so spectacular for me to catch my eye about, oh, let me get this. So at least nobody's going crazy over these gaming systems. Last year, everybody was at Wayfair. Everybody was ordering those game chairs and getting all mad because they didn't get it on time or they said there was a hold and they had all these stuff going around and people's waiting at the GameStop. Oops, this dang coat. I need to take this coat in the washer. And so nobody got no PS PlayStation 2 or 5 or 10 or whatever the number is this year. There's no special doll or dolly or something that people bump, crashing the malls about. But lately in California, and I heard some more stores, people have been not bum rushing, crash and smash in the stores. Somebody broke into the Apple store in California somewhere, and they stole like $20,000 worth of um, iPads and iPads and iPhones and whatever else. I don't know what you're gonna do with the iPads because one, they already gonna report the EIN number, not EIN number, the MEIN number. And if somebody try to, so if you see somebody trying to sell you an iPhone or a iPad or watch, and you trying to activate it and it's stolen, I don't know what the hell they were doing. Why are you going to steal that iPhone, iPad, and everything else? You have to get it activated. Once they determine all the phones that were stolen, it's going to be reported stolen. And if you buy it and you're going to have to activate it, it's going to pop up that was a stolen item, and you the one gonna get going to jail. So that's stupid. You can't do anything with it. Now it's different if you stole some accessories, you know, or anything like. Let me see what else. Pretty much that's it. You can't do nothing with it. People stealing Prada bags and went to the store and all these designer handbags they were stolen. That was stupid. But I don't know. They were doing the smash and grab and all this kind of crap. I don't, it's just ridiculous. It's just plain ridiculous. And people, let me. I'm gonna say this one last thing. They had this lady. I read this story about last year sometime. She, they sent her to prison and said she had, she went online. No, that's what they did. They went online and they had stolen merchandise and they were selling it online. And you know how they're gonna let you? They're gonna keep track of that. They're gonna keep on going with it. They're gonna let it keep on going. They follow stuff like that. People say, "How they know? Ain't nobody gonna do all that." Some people be asking. Some of my own relatives they say stupid shit. People act like, "How they gonna know that? How they gonna do this?" They have social. They got a special units in these police departments for social media crimes that they could track things down. So what they're gonna do, what they usually do, they do that at the IRS too. They let you keep on doing that illegal activity, and they gonna let it build up, build up, build up, and then they kick the door down and you're arrested. See, they let people continue doing stuff, fraudulent things, especially when it comes to the internet. Everything is traceable, and they'll keep on doing it. They'll let you keep on. So anyway, with this lady that I was reading, she was selling merchandise online, and once it got to a certain amount, because see, they're not gonna let you. They ain't gonna do the. They're not gonna prosecute for like something like $1,000 or something. They're gonna let that thing go. They're gonna let that value go up. You sell $1,000 purse. They're gonna let that accumulate. They're gonna keep letting that accumulate. Let that keep building up, building up, building up. And then when it gets down to like $50,000 worth of stolen stuff you sold, boom, they're kicking the door down and you arrested. People say, well, they may seem petty, but it's not about pettiness. It's about the value. There's a different. See, back in the day, in the '80s, maybe early '90s, people be selling those cheap knockoff purses and stuff on the street, or they would sell CDs out of the car, the trunk. Yo, look, you got some tapes, rolling up, with a suitcase, and people be buying stolen CDs and stolen. tapes and whatever else. And, it may seem like a petty crime, but those are copyright infringements. Those are, um, there's a whole bunch of things. But they'll let things build up. And then when the value is calculated at a certain amount, they like, bloop, that's a federal crime after a while. But they ain't got time for petty crime. They ain't gonna run after people, selling cheap, less expensive items. But this crash and smash they doing up in California, and people just grabbing up stuff and running with it. I mean, where the hell you going with that? What you gonna do with that? You can't really sell it on the street because you could sell it on the street, but you think I'm gonna take a chance? You know? Mm-mm. Somebody said, "Look, I got me a Gucci bag." First of all, I don't buy imitation fake stuff, but I sure like to know these people who doing this smash and grab and where they selling it and who they selling it to because I just can't see it. Because if you're selling it online, and the minute you sell it online, boom, that's it. I'm sorry. The only way you're going to be able to sell stuff is if you sell it on the street, in the back of the trunk of your car, and people coming up there buying Louis Vuitton, Gucci bag, or Coach or whatever, and it's $1,000, and you say, "Oh, I sell this for you for 500." People still ain't got no $500. Ain't nobody got no $500. Ain't nobody got no $200 unless you plan on selling $100 name brand authentic handbag that's worth $2,000, $3,000, and you selling it for 100, and you know it's real. You may be tempted to buy it, but what's the point of you grabbing all those bags and handbags and selling it for 2% of what it's worth? You're not making, you doing that smash and grab. You ain't gonna make no money. You got $50,000 worth of merchandise. You ain't gonna try to say, ooh, and you ain't gonna try to sell all those bags for $500 just to make $500 to get rid of it. That'd be a waste of your. You'll be a stupid criminal to do that. Now, unless the bag was worth $1,000, let's say it's $1,000 for a bag that you stole out of Beverly Hills, one of those big fancy stores in Beverly Hills, for $1,000, and you sell it for 600. Ain't no damn fucking niggas and no black people ain't got no $600. They ain't gonna say, "Ooh, I got $600." They don't give up all their rent money to buy a dumb handbag. You stupid. So unless you plan on selling it to someone who got money, I mean really got money, and they selling it to someone who got money, $1,000 bag, you sell it for like 700. You say, "Oh," and they know. See, a person who knows how things are worth, how likely are they gonna buy from someone who's real? I don't know. I don't know. If y'all live in California, Romeo, you live in California. If somebody come across and they trying to sell you a Gucci bag or a um, Louis Vuitton or Coach, let me know. And let me tell you how to look for Romeo, just in case. Say, "Oh, can I see the bag?" Make sure you look in the bag and you see a serial number. It will have a serial number in the bag, so you know it's real. And tell me because I don't know. Ain't nobody start smashing grab in Lenox Mall or Phipps Plaza yet, but Y'all got to be some dumb criminals if y'all going to try to sell it online or sell it online like that. Because the minute you put your IP address computer, you got to put your information there and they're going to trace it right back to you. You got stolen goods and you'll be up in jail. So unless you plan on selling it on Peachtree Street, Peachtree Road, or somewhere on the street, or Rockbridge Road up in Stone Mountain, Memorial Drive, yeah, you selling it and it's real, maybe you'll catch me buying it, but I'm not in designer stuff anyway. I'm not in designer stuff anyway. Hey Shelly Show. Mm-hmm. You watching the first part. Did you get to the part where I'm not? Because I was crying and kind of emotional at first. But I moved on from that. But what are they people going to do with all those stolen goods that they did, the smash and grab in California? What the hell? That's what I want to know. What are they going to do with the smash and grab with the phones and stuff? All that stuff got serial numbers, and you can't activate the phones if they stole it. They're gonna be like, well, where you got this phone from? Nope, you can't unlock it. You can't even sell it. I can understand the sneakers. Maybe you smash and grab some tennis. Some people call it sneakers. Some people call it tennis shoes. I said it's not tennis shoes. Those are tennis shoes is what you play tennis in. I hate when people call stuff like that. It's tennis shoes. No, these are sneakers. There's running shoes, walking shoes, tennis shoes, hiking, and cross trainers. But I call it sneakers. So what are you going to do with that? You grab up a bunch of 10s and 11s and 13s. You can only sell it to people who wear those sizes. But what about what about the phones and computers? You got to activate that. So I don't know. The handbags, you probably could sell it, but what dumb niggas, and I say that for a reason, who's going to sell designer handbags on the street? Because they're not going to sell it on the computer, because one, they probably don't even know how to work a computer. And if you try to sell it on the computer or online, you can't go on Craigslist and be like, oh, let me go on Craigslist and get you a genuine Gucci bag buy it on Craigslist, and the bag is worth $1,000 and you selling it. You ain't gonna find no knockoff. You could find a knockoff for $100, but if somebody know they stole that bag and at a genuine store, they're not gonna stay. You'll be a real dumb thief to have $1,000 bag and selling it for $100. Even then, I'll be tempted to buy it and say, "What, $100 for a real Gucci bag?" I might be tempted to buy it, but I'm not going to nobody's prison in jail for some stolen goods. Nope. Can't do it. Will not do it. Not taking no chance of doing nothing like that. You'd be tempted, but nope. And then you go in the hood, yo, I got me some Gucci bag, and then and if somebody who really knows a real Gucci bag, how are you gonna sell that for $1,000 bag? I'm just giving an example. $1,000 bag. You figure you at least sell it for $600. But what person in the hood got $600? Who in the hood is gonna buy it for $600? Unless it's another hood rat buying it, like a drug dealer. Oh yeah, I'm getting this for my mom's, and they buy it for $600 and they could give it to them. That's the only way I could see it. Shopping for high quality stolen goods in the hood for a discount price. But a regular person, you give $600 for a handbag, and then you ain't got no money for rent. Then you be on TV. I ain't got no rent money. I ain't got no rent. I ain't waiting for the PPP loan, and I'm waiting for the food stamps. Man, get off the TV. Sometimes I'll be saying, get the hell off the TV, talking crazy. Talking crazy. So that'd be real stupid. You ain't got no money, but you buying some stolen good off the street, and you spend all your rent money just to get a Gucci bag or whatever. Dumb. So I don't know. I'm just curious to know what happened to these smash and grab people. They've done it again, I heard. They went up in one store, you know, they said they smashed and grabbed. I think it happened, what, today or yesterday? I don't know. When they start smashing grab in Atlanta, and let me tell you, the way how Lenox Mall and Phipps Plaza is lined up, for you to do a smash and grab at the Neiman Marcus or Bloomingdale's or whatever, you got to have to run through the mall just to get outside the door. It's not like California, it's not like California where the stores are right outside, lined up in the store, and the window and stuff. It ain't set up like that. You go to Atlantic Station, you may see something, but the way that traffic is and the way they barricade stuff, you're gonna have a hard time um, trying to run from Peachtree Street and run to the car. That would be funny. You're gonna get run over by the MARTA bus before you make your way out to get to your car or get to that MARTA station. You ain't smashing grabbing in Atlanta. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. To all your thieves who wanna do smash and grab in Atlanta, you're gonna get burnt down like Sherman and like it's this damn Civil War. You'll get run down. You can't do that in the South. Try doing that in Atlanta. Smash and grab, and you're gonna be running. You'll be running right into a damn traffic. So I want to see that. The day I see somebody smash and grab Lenox Mall and smash and grab Phipps Plaza, which is across the street, tell me how they gonna do that. Try doing that. You ain't getting away with it. I'm telling you. Beverly Hills and all that stuff in California, San Francisco with all those open streets and open windows and stuff. First of all, why would you even put stuff out there all in the window? Why didn't you just put the fake stuff so all the real stuff is locked up? Not all in the window to smash and grab. Man, please. Ain't no way. It's just like some of the stupid crimes that I see. You see it on TV, you see it on the news and stuff, and they're not even chasing these people to get anything. They're like, okay, go right ahead. Open season. Merry Christmas. Just dumb. Anyway, I said I was going to be on here for an hour, and I've been on here for an hour and 25 minutes. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and look at me some more YouTube videos, see what else going on in the crazy world. See what I could go for laughs. I'm not even sleepy right now. All right. All right, Shelly Shell, Colas. Hope everything feels better. Keep me in touch. And who else on here? Nobody else said nothing. All right, well, I know the rest of y'all probably doing things. So 7 of y'all, 3 thumbs ups. So, all right, y'all have a good night. Talk to y'all later.